What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another fresh commentary. Now guys, God of War Ragnarok cannot catch a break. In my last video, we talked about how people were trying to cancel Kratos because everyone was getting offended by him, saying that he's misogynistic, he only kills women, with a group of people coming together and trying to cancel Ragnarok and contacting the developers of the game directly because they want the God of War franchise to die out. But now there's an entirely different problem with the game that people are getting upset by, and it's all about Garm, the giant wolf in Helheim, which if you haven't played the game yet, I'm not going to go too much into detail to avoid spoilers, but basically there was this mission in God of War Ragnarok where we needed to retrieve something in an entirely different realm, and the very thing guarding the thing we needed was this giant wolf who would soon be known as Garm. And turns out PETA themselves, the actual organization, bumped into this part of the game and got furious, coming out with various videos calling out the developers of the game, saying they didn't like how this giant wolf was being treated, that pets should never be chained, yet alone kept outside in the cold for that long, and that the developers for God of War Ragnarok need to make a dedicated PETA mode so that players can get past the giant wolf Garm without hurting him. Check this out.
This dog has been chained outside in the cold for ages. Kratos and Atreus found him in deplorable conditions, enduring the cold ravages of the Thimble winter without any shelter. No food, aside from Kratos, or water was available to him. All dogs deserve loving homes and warm couches, even if they're 60 feet tall. If you're cold, they're cold. Dogs should never be kept chained or penned outdoors. Ask Sony to create a PETA mode so players can get past Garm without hurting him.
This is ridiculous because this one part of the game, PETA is mad at the developers and trying to force them into making a version of the game where we don't harm the animals in God of War Ragnarok. Like, what the hell? Do they want like a peaceful mode like in Minecraft where we can turn off the blood or something? Because that's practically impossible. That's just gonna ruin the whole game. Like, the whole point of it is to be realistic. Bad enough they had to hold back with the newer titles because people can handle what they used to provide back then. And the main part of the game is survival, so if there's any creature in our protagonist's way, they have to fight it and even kill it, they're just gonna do it. PETA would not be able to handle the old titles. They would lose their minds if they saw Kratos snapping necks and ripping off the heads of certain Greek mythological creatures, like that one bear fight at the start of the game. Plus, in this case, he didn't really start the fight, he came at him. It was all self-defense. And either way, this is a video game, this isn't real. All this is fake. I bet these guys over at PETA had a problem with the hunting scenes at the start of the game as well. Like, how the hell else are they gonna get their food? God of War seriously can't catch a break. I bet the creator is sick of coming out with statements having to explain certain controversial scenes and apologizing to certain people who got offended by parts of the game. Stuff like this only happens because of God of War's ever-growing popularity. The game is so big right now with record-breaking numbers. Everyone's posting videos and shorts of the game, especially the cutscenes. So a lot of people are just scrolling on Twitter, TikTok, or whatever other social media platform and are bumping into clips of the game. And some clips, like in this case, may be a bit graphic. I mean, of course it's gonna be graphic, it is God of War, but they watch one scene and they think this is what the entire game is all about, when in reality it's something so small to the vast story we got in front of us. Garm wasn't even a major part of the plot, just a little side thing that's going on. It was like the stepping stone we needed to get on with the story, and PETA probably bumped into this giant dog and started typing away trying to cancel the whole game, and that's how it's been with every other God of War drama. People are so soft now they can't handle anything. The devs have to even come out and say themselves that they had to hold back on certain parts of the game because compared to back then, many people can't handle certain ideas that they have, which completely restricts their entire creative vision, and that sucks. And now it's even worse because animal rights activists are against them just because of this one damn clip with Garm. They're trying to cancel the entire franchise, and I think this is kind of bad for the gaming industry because I bet in the future, well, I hope it doesn't happen, but because now people are coming out and saying that they can't handle the animal violence or whatever, the developers are gonna have to implement an option to like remove the animal fight scenes or something, kind of like how certain games allow you to disable bad language and blood. And it's not good because now people are just gonna have to hold back on all the hunting scenes and animal boss fights. It's gonna make everything feel less primal, less realistic, and it's all because of PETA themselves. The entire organization got mad, and the reason I keep stretching out organization is because it's a massive group of people. Like, now everyone's picking up on God of War. A lot of people didn't even know about about it, and now they're figuring out about it and are looking at this one scene and it's just ruining its reputation, when in reality it's a great game. And if only they knew the reason why the wolf was even tied up in the first place. It's a good reason, because this dude's very existence threatens all realms. If Garm was not chained up in the cold weather of Helheim, he would have just done what he did exactly in the game, just run around creating portals through realms causing chaos. So how the hell else are we gonna prevent this chaotic creature from destroying everything? That's why he's chained up. It's all a part of the story. So whoever made this little segment over at PETA about how bad God of War Ragnarok is because it features animal cruelty needs to be fired, because they screwed up. It's a damn video game, and people, even their own supporters, aren't happy, saying that this is taking it a bit too far. It's not that serious. Like, everyone thought they were joking at first and the video was just satire, but then realized this is PETA we're talking about. They have to be serious. They're never joking. So PETA is seriously mad at God of War Ragnarok because this very dangerous wolf is chained up in the game, and they really asked the devs to take it back a little with the animal cruelty and make a PETA mode to prevent players from hurting the very creatures that threatens their life. Now, I said I wasn't gonna spoil anything. Might as well click off the video or skip to the timestamp on screen while you can, because I'm about to spoil a bit of the game if you haven't beat it yet. But I just realized something that really grinds my gears about this whole situation. So I forgot Kratos and Atreus actually didn't want to hurt the wolf in the first place. At the start, it was Atreus to actually let him loose because he felt bad that he was tied up and he didn't know how dangerous he was. And Kratos had no choice but to kill him because he was literally gonna kill them. But when he snapped the wolf's neck, that didn't really kill him because he didn't really have a soul until Atreus gave him one. So technically, they kind of saved Garm. And at the start, they didn't really want to hurt him at all, and he didn't feel any of it because he didn't have a soul. They were the very people who set him free from the beginning, and they saved him in the end. They didn't like mistreat him or anything. They're not even the ones that tied him up. So what the hell are the guys over at PETA talking about? Clearly, they haven't played the game. My guess is a player complained to them about this part of the game, or they just bumped into a video online through a TikTok or something and reacted to it saying that it's bad, fix this. This creature deserves to be set free and bring about chaos to the 9 realms because it's better than having him tied up. This whole thing is just nonsense. Clearly, whoever made this post did not play the game because our protagonists weren't even mistreating the wolf. And there's a good reason behind why he was tied up. After all, in the end, it's just a game, and the developers for this game do not deserve this much hate. At this point, everyone is just nitpicking little things in the game and trying to sabotage its success. Because out of anything I've seen on God of War controversy, this has to be by far the stupidest complaint I've ever seen, by an entire organization too. These guys just watched like a 10-second clip on the game of a giant dog being chained up and was trying to take shots at it and cancel the entire franchise over this. If only they knew the reason why he was chained up, I'm pretty sure they would want him to stay chained up. Like, if someone just comes out and tells them why the dog is chained up in the first place, they're probably gonna feel really stupid and be like, oh, that makes sense. Plus, this entire game is based off Greek mythology and now Norse mythology actually. So what are they gonna do? Just cancel the entire thing? Plus, if anything, they befriended the wolf. Like, thanks to Atreus, if it wasn't for him, this thing would have still be chained up or dead by the hand of Kratos. This game shouldn't even concern PETA, considering there's more important things happening IRL that they should be worried about, not a freaking video game. Focus on the real world, not some fake world created by a group of video game developers. Just sucks that Ragnarok just keeps bumping into more and more problems. I just beat the game yesterday and it was incredibly good. And outside the gaming space, it's just being labeled as this terrible, crazy bad game, when in reality, it's not. It has an amazing story. By far my favorite game now I've ever played compared to anything. And they're just ruining its reputation. I feel like they just wanted to hop on the hate train and find a reason to hate on this successful game. Because if they wanted to nitpick certain things from the game about animal cruelty, how about that one scene when he was fighting Atreus and almost killed him when he was a bear? Or when Kratos actually uses his axe to literally chop the face off of some creatures. That scene with Garm was like mid into the game. So with all those scenes I just mentioned right now, that was like in the beginning. So clearly they haven't played the game at all. This just proves it. They just bumped into that clip and wanted to rant about it. I really hope this game gets the love it deserves, especially Game of the Year, despite all this drama surrounding it lately. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to talk on this. Let me know your thoughts below. Subscribe if you're new, leave a like, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Stay blue.